Have you ever wondered what legacy we are leaving behind for future generations? It's a question that reverberates in our minds as we gaze upon the state of our beloved Earth. The world we knew has evolved drastically, and not all transformations have been kind. Over the past century, we have seen our planet's landscapes alter dramatically. Lush forests have become concrete jungles, serene rivers have dried up into barren lands, and the polar ice caps, once a testament to the Earth's ageless beauty, are now melting away. These changes, sadly, are not merely the works of time. They are the fruits of our own actions, the results of our relentless pursuit for advancement and prosperity. The state of our planet today is a reflection of our past actions and decisions, and the decisions we make now, the actions we take today, will echo into the future. Our actions today will not only shape our present but also determine the future of our planet. The tale of climate change is a tale of cause and effect. It's a tale as old as the Industrial Revolution, when humanity first began to harness the power of fossil fuels. Coal, oil, and natural gas became the lifeblood of our societies, powering our homes, our factories, and our vehicles. But these fuels, while they brought us prosperity and progress, also carried a hidden cost. They're composed of carbon, and when burned, they release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This invisible gas, along with others like methane and nitrous oxide, traps heat from the sun, causing our planet to warm. This is the greenhouse effect, a natural process, but one that we've significantly amplified. The 20th century saw an unprecedented surge in greenhouse gas emissions. Post-war industrial expansion, the advent of consumer culture, and the explosive growth of the global population all contributed to this increase. We've been burning fossil fuels at an ever-accelerating pace, and the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has now reached levels not seen in over 3 million years. But it's not just our energy use that's driving climate change. Deforestation, for example, has played a major role. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, but when they're cut down, that carbon is released back into the atmosphere. And we're losing our forests at an alarming rate. From the Amazon to Indonesia, vast tracts of woodland are being cleared for agriculture and other human activities. Then there's the issue of industrial agriculture. It's a major source of methane, a greenhouse gas that's over 20 times more potent than carbon dioxide. Our appetite for meat and dairy is driving this sector's growth, and with it, the release of vast quantities of methane. The tale of climate change is thus a tale of our own making. It's a tale of progress and prosperity, but also of unintended consequences, and the consequences of our actions are now more evident than ever. Climate change is not a distant threat, but a present reality. It's an invisible hand, gently yet relentlessly reshaping the world as we know it. This transformation is far from benign, and its footprints can be traced in the altering weather patterns, rising sea levels, and the dwindling biodiversity. Let's start with weather patterns. Remember the days when you could predict the weather simply by looking at the calendar? Those days are fading away. Now, summers are hotter, winters are colder, and extreme weather events like hurricanes and droughts are becoming more frequent and intense. These are not mere inconveniences. They disrupt livelihoods, displace communities, and even claim lives. Next, we turn our gaze towards the oceans. The colossal bodies of water, once a symbol of stability and constancy, are now victims of our changing climate. Sea levels are rising, primarily due to the melting polar ice caps and the thermal expansion of seawater. This threatens coastal communities, eroding their lands and flooding their homes. If this trend continues, some of our beloved cities could be submerged within the century. Lastly, we delve into the silent crisis unfolding in the world's biodiversity. Species are disappearing at a rate tens to hundreds of times higher than the average over the past 10 million years. This loss of biodiversity isn't just about the disappearance of certain species. It's about the unraveling of the intricate web of life that supports us all. If we continue on our current path, the future implications are severe. Imagine a world where fresh water is scarce, where food supply is unstable, where entire species, including us, struggle to survive. This is not the legacy we want to leave for future generations. The effects of climate change are far-reaching, and they spare no one. It's a challenge that demands our immediate attention and action. The time to act is now, before we reach a point of no return. Every action, no matter how small, can make a difference. When we think about climate change, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The scale of the problem seems monumental, perhaps even insurmountable. But it's crucial to remember that climate change isn't just a global issue, it's a personal one too. Every one of us has a part to play in this grand narrative. Consider your daily energy use. Do you leave lights on in rooms you're not using? Do you leave electronic devices plugged in when they're fully charged? Small changes in our habits can lead to substantial reductions in our individual carbon footprints. Switching to energy-efficient light bulbs, unplugging devices when they're not in use, and being mindful of our heating and cooling usage are all simple steps we can take to reduce our energy consumption. But reducing energy use is just the tip of the iceberg. We can also make a significant impact by recycling and composting. Every plastic bottle or paper product that we recycle is one less item that ends up in our landfills or worse, our oceans. Composting our organic waste not only reduces the amount of waste we produce, but it also creates nutrient-rich soil that helps plants grow, pulling more carbon out of the atmosphere. Supporting renewable energy is another crucial step we can take as individuals. Whether it's installing solar panels on our roofs, choosing a green energy provider, or advocating for renewable energy policies in our communities, every action we take in support of renewable energy helps to shift our society away from fossil fuels and towards a more sustainable future. And let's not forget the power of our voices. By speaking out about climate change, by voting for leaders who prioritize the environment, by educating our friends and family about the importance of sustainable living, we can help to create a culture that values and protects our planet. In the end, each of us has a role to play in the fight against climate change. Every action we take, no matter how small, sends a ripple out into the world. The choice is ours. The time to act is now. Our planet needs us now more than ever. The clock is ticking and the time to act is not tomorrow, not in the near future, but right now. The urgency of our situation is crystal clear. It's not a distant scenario, but a tangible reality. Our world is at a pivotal juncture and we are the custodians of its fate. The choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow. It's not just about preserving the planet for future generations. It's about ensuring that we have a future at all. We must unite, not just as nations or communities, but as a global family, to fight this existential threat. Small actions, when multiplied by millions, can transform the world. Let's make conscious choices. Let's reduce, reuse, and recycle. Let's harness renewable energy and commit to sustainable living. Remember, the future of our planet lies in our hands.